Hit that subscribe button, smash like, and comment your theory, because this case is as twisted as it gets, and nothing is what it seems. The fog rolled over the coastal highway just before dawn, turning the orange glow of streetlights into ghostly halos. Officer Lisa Moreno squinted through the mist, her cruiser parked at the side of Route 101. The call had been frantic, a neighbor screaming about a family's house left empty, lights on, dishes still on the table, but no one home. Inside the Palmer residence, everything looked frozen in time. Breakfast plates sat stacked in the sink, a half-finished crossword on the counter. The family car, a Navy minivan, was gone, but the keys were in the ignition. Nothing seemed stolen, no signs of forced entry, no struggle. It was as if the family had simply vanished. Detective Marcus Lee arrived hours later, his expression grim. The Palmers weren't just anyone. David Palmer, 42, a construction foreman with a spotless record. His wife, Susan, 40, a local nurse beloved by patients and neighbors. And their two children, Emma, 12, and Luke, 9. All gone without a trace. Neighbors whispered about a man in a dark truck parked near the house the night before, moving oddly, watching. Some swore they saw headlights leaving the driveway around midnight, though nothing was reported on traffic cams. The family's phones pinged briefly near the coastline and then vanished from the network entirely. By the second day, search teams combed the surrounding forests and beaches, but found nothing. No tracks in the sand. No sign of struggle in the woods. The case quickly attracted national attention. Then the shocking discovery came. In a closet, behind a false panel in David's study, lay a stack of letters, thousands of dollars wired overseas, odd-coded notes, and one envelope addressed simply to Susan. Inside, a single line typed on a small card read, "If we leave, it won't be us who chooses." Detective Lee's stomach sank. This wasn't random. Someone had been planning this, and someone the family knew may have betrayed them. The letters were just the beginning. Detective Lee traced the wire transfers and discovered a tangled network of offshore accounts linked to a construction subcontractor David had recently investigated. The company had been overbilling city projects for years, and David, meticulous as always, had been quietly documenting everything. Whoever was behind it knew he was a threat. Susan's emails added another layer of tension. Several messages from unknown senders warned her to leave town, to forget the investigation, and hinted at consequences if she didn't comply. The handwriting on some notes matched a local business associate of David's, but when questioned, the man denied ever sending them. Surveillance photos taken by neighbors weeks before showed a black SUV parked near the Palmer home at odd hours. It never appeared on official traffic records, as if it had been erased deliberately. Then came a breakthrough, or what seemed like one. A hiker found a small, blood-stained piece of fabric near a creek 5 miles from the house. Forensic analysis confirmed it belonged to Emma, the 12-year-old. But there were no bodies, no footprints, just the fabric and a faint tire tread in the mud that didn't match the family's van. Whoever had taken the Palmers was careful, methodical, and calculating. Detective Lee brought Tyler Harris, David's closest friend and former business partner, in for questioning. Tyler's story was shaky. He claimed he last saw David days before the disappearance, but phone records contradicted him. As Lee pressed him, a pattern began to emerge. Tyler had recently acquired a new home just outside town, paid entirely in cash, conveniently close to the creek where Emma's fabric was found. Then the final blow. A search of Tyler's garage revealed a hidden safe. Inside, officers found a map of the area with the Palmer house circled, several handwritten dates, and one cryptic note: "They won't leave willingly. Prepare." Detective Lee felt the room tilt. Someone the Palmers trusted had planned this. And if Tyler knew, there was more hidden. Something far darker than anyone had imagined. The investigation had just gone from mysterious disappearance to chilling conspiracy, and the trail was about to go cold, or disappear completely. Days turned into weeks. The local and federal authorities expanded the search, but every lead ended in dead air. The Palmers were gone. It was as if they had been erased from the town entirely. Detective Lee spent sleepless nights poring over phone logs, bank transfers, and the cryptic notes Tyler Harris had hidden away. Every piece of evidence pointed to premeditation, but nothing could tie anyone directly to a crime scene. Then a neighbor came forward. She recalled seeing a moving truck parked near Tyler's new home on the night the family vanished, its license plate partially obscured. Investigators traced it to a company that had long gone out of business, but the driver's logbook listed only one stop: a remote warehouse on the outskirts of Los Angeles. When Lee and a team searched the warehouse, it was empty, almost too empty. A layer of dust covered the floor, but beneath it were faint scuff marks and dried blood, too old to provide DNA but fresh enough to suggest someone had used the space recently. Tyler was brought in again. This time, he didn't deny knowing about the Palmers' plans to move to a safer town after David's investigation threatened to expose the contractor. But he claimed he never harmed them. He said he only helped guide them to safety. His alibi was impossible to verify. The warehouse had no surveillance, and the moving company no records. 20 years later, the Palmers are still officially missing. No bodies, no arrests, no answers. Locals whisper that the family vanished because they uncovered something bigger than anyone could imagine, something that powerful people didn't want exposed. Some believe they were taken to protect secrets, while others fear the worst. The house still stands, frozen in time. The van never returned. And the letters, the coded notes, the blood-stained fabric, kept in evidence lockers, remain reminders of a case that refuses to close. If you think this story was intense, you're not ready for the next one. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.